Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. In this video today I'm going to be playing some Ark Survival Evolved, more so on a Extinction server. So for those of you at home that haven't played Ark before or don't know what an Extinction server is, you get a time limit. I believe it's 30 days to go into the world, build up your resources, level up and pretty much dominate the server before everything is wiped out. Again, I've not actually played an Extinction server, so I don't really know everything there is to know about the servers. So as you can see right now, I'm customizing my character. There isn't really that much. I feel like there isn't that much options to choose from, even though there is a fair bit of customizing you can do. I do feel like everything seems to be so generic. So before I get along, I'm going to name my character as Slatemoor, which is my gamer tag and my personality here on YouTube, and I'm going to get straight into the world. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is finding a location to spawn into. Now I'm not 100% sure where to go, because obviously different locations within the game world itself can be more dangerous. And with me never actually playing this before, I'm probably just going to stick to something. Perhaps I might just go north, or I'll tell you what, I'm just going to stick with the east location. Now basically the first thing I've seen when spawning into this world is the pretty sky. Now that looks really nice. It's much different from playing a normal server because you don't have the meteorites shining past in the sky. So I'm gonna get straight stuck in and play some of this game. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is collecting resources. So for the interest of time and enjoyment of this video, I'm going to skip me collecting the majority of resources. I'm also going to be skipping parts like when it all goes nighttime, because at those points it goes pitch black, and when I was messing around with the settings the other day to try and make it light enough for you guys to see, it just wasn't working in my favour. So, as I was making my way up the beach, I decided to check out this little hut. There wasn't really that much to... There wasn't anything really about the hut. Now, what was sort of interesting was I came a bit further up the beach and stopped to take a look in my inventory. And then I got knocked out by a guy wielding a bat, funny enough. Now, I wasn't expecting it, it just happened out of the blue, and my first instinct was that I am going to kill this guy. You know, this guy took my wooden club, he took a few of my berries, didn't take everything out of my inventory, and I was like, thank fuck for that. So, I was waiting a little while, and I finally got back up on my feet. Decided to go and collect some of the resources and make myself another bat so that I could go and find this guy and clobber the guy for pretty much taking very little of my stuff. So my first instinct was to go up to a building, which you can see on your right just about, and with that particular building, the building itself was actually made out of stone, so it was well made. I was expecting the guy to be up in that particular location. The thing is, when I went up here, I didn't see anybody, and then I decided to take a look around. It didn't look that impressive, to be fair. It looked like somebody had started construction and was planning to work on it over time during the course of the Extinction server lifeline. I went exploring, parts of the building were finished, as you can see, and it didn't look like there was any sign of anybody. Now I decided to go and check out inside the building, and that is when I got clobbered again. I don't know if it was the same guy, I imagine it was the same guy. I don't know where he came from. He must have been watching me from afar, but then bam, I got knocked out, and this time the guy took all my stuff. Literally taking everything I owned. There was no stopping this guy. And then he finally killed me. So, I spawned back in, went and collected more resources, as is the case when you pretty much started out. By this time I had to go and get myself a new bat again. You can sort of see where this is going. You know, by that time I was a bit pissed off slightly because, you know, I'd just been beaten up twice already. I thought I might have got the upper hand the second time, and then out of nowhere this guy shows up. Turns out it was the same guy that killed me before, and I thought I was not going to win against him. But I knocked him out, and I thought, you know, let's have a bit of fun with this guy. Let's put him in a cage. Downside to that is, I've not unlocked a cage. So I decided to take all of his stuff. Lo and behold, he had all that meat on him. You know, he had a bow. He had all my stuff on him. So I pretty much got all that back. And I decided that the best bet for me was just to outright kill the guy. Now, as I said before, I was going to put him into a cage, but by the time I'd looked to see what I needed, I couldn't get a cage. So I took all his stuff, killed the guy, and then decided to make a run for it, because, you know, I wasn't sticking around to find out what he was going to do to me for a third time. You know, it's definitely not something that I'm sure in anybody else's shoes you would have done exactly the same thing, having only just started out. You just sort of hit the jackpot by killing this guy, taking all of his stuff, not sticking around to find out what happens. So after moving up the beach, I got to the cliff face, and I finally met up with my brother who was on the server, and his friend. Now we decided to team up and start making a base together. His friend already had a place to call home, but for the sake of this, I decided it'd be best to build our own little base until we leveled up enough. So I joined the tribe that my brother was in, and we got to work building a small little base. Now we wanted this little base to be concealed, but so much so that if somebody raided it, you know, it was out in the middle of nowhere. You know, we wanted to confuse the enemies, because the idea of this game is just to like keep making bases and sort of change everything up every so often, so that you can see you can sort of get away with everything you have, more or less. So, as it stands, my initial goals for this particular server was to focus on the upgrading and building of the housing materials. So I upgraded my walls from thatch to wood. My brother decided to put up some thatch walls. Now, at first I was thinking it was a bad idea to start putting the walls up, but in some sense it was a good idea because I managed to get the resources necessary. So I went to go and get some more resources, and I come back to find that my brother had put pretty much everything up. He'd built up the house using thatch, and pretty much all I had to do was to build the necessary requirements to turn everything into wood and replace it all from thatch to wood. So for the next half an hour to an hour when I was playing, pretty much all I was doing was collecting resources, upgrading my levels, and replacing the building materials from thatch to wood. Now at one point I went out and came back I was coming back because it was starting to go night time. I didn't want to be out here too much longer. Now, as I said earlier, when I was recording this video, the night time it just made it very hard to see anything that was going on. So for the interest of the video, I decided to just cut out any bits where it went night time. However, at this particular moment, we got back to the base, and shortly after getting in, the server decided to kick everybody from the game. bit of an annoyance. However, I decided to search for the server again and join back in, which was, I believe it was 614. 614 the server was. So we searched for the server, extinction server, joined back in, and lo and behold, it took us back by about 10 minutes of work, which was really annoying because we just put in that 10 minutes of work to build everything and change everything up, and then that happened and we were back to sort of square one again. Sort of square one. We'd still had the house there, so it wasn't that much of a setback, but it was so much of a setback that it was like, why am I playing this any longer? So, you know, I thought, rather than let it get me down, I thought, let's just get in there, get everything built the way it was before, and so on and so forth. So we got everything built up, we changed it all into wood. I had a few little minor bits and bobs to replace. We still had the roof to finish off. Don't think there was that much else I needed to finish off, but again, it was a lot of resource gathering. It probably took about another 20 or so minutes. It went night time again because when the server reset, we also went back in time 10 minutes, and we had to go through that whole stage of waiting out for the darkness to pass by. So, after getting a few more resources together, I thought, you know, why not just go and do a bit of exploring whilst I went to go and get resources. And I probably made a bad decision because I was here one moment and then next I got attacked by loads of Titanmera soldiers. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I got attacked by the bugs, and they were in such a force that they killed me. I pretty much lost everything I had on me. Lucky enough, for me, I only had like wood and thatch and some like materials. It wasn't like I lost anything of interest. So after I spawned back in, I thought, you know, since I've lost everything, I might as well just go and get everything back. I couldn't find my body, so pretty much I'd lost everything, ended up having to go and get resources again. And then I thought, you know, so what? I've lost everything, I might as well just go out and try and raid somebody's base. Now, this base that I'm approaching up to now, I'd heard about this off my brother and his friend, and I was told that there was nothing of interest in here. Apparently there wasn't even an entrance to it, so I thought, you know, why not just hack away at the wall and see if I can get in that way. Bad mistake, really. It just wasn't doing any damage, and I went round the back, and lo and behold, there was a door. If I'd have just gone round in the first place, I would have found the door and got in. And what made my day was the fact that somebody had left two saddles in there, a trike saddle and a raptor saddle, and they'd left some coloured clothes, some hide gear, which, you know, was a step up from what I was already wearing. So, you know, I might as well take it all. It's not like somebody's there to protect it. So after looking around, seeing if there was anything else, there wasn't really that much. Decided to go back to the base and finish off anything if there wasn't anything else to finish off. I think by that time I pretty much had everything completed. And then I think it was just starting to go night time again, or it had just gone night time, so again I had to wait it out and come back to daytime. So after getting back to the base, I thought it was best to deposit all my gear along with my brother, and he suggested that we go and find another base that we can raid. He said he'd seen one on the beach and saw some guy nearby. So we both decided to store the unnecessary gear that we didn't need, finish off creating anything like the ceilings that we needed to finish off, and then we decided that it was high time we went to go and try and get this guy. After we'd seen this place on the beach, he decided to go ahead. At some point, whilst I was busy doing something else, he told me that there was nothing of interest worth stealing from there. There was nothing there whatsoever. The guy seemed to have vanished, and that was pretty much it. Thank you very much for tuning in today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you smash that like button for me. Also, if you wanted to check out my channel evolve over time, then hit that subscribe button as well. So, probably a few of you are wondering what's going to be happening with my channel. Now, as I mentioned in my last video, if you didn't check that out, then my goal is to upload at least 2 videos a week. I'll upload more where I can. Now, I just want to thank you all again for watching this video today. I'd appreciate any feedback you can give me. So be sure to comment below, let me know what you thought of the video. Thank you very much for watching today. I'm Slatemoor, and I'm logging off.